Hey there, Fragrance fam! It's me, Caitlin, and I'm here to welcome you back to the AFI Project Lab for a fun new bath bomb tutorial. Warmer weather has got me in the mood for a nice tall glass of ice cold lemonade. How about some of our version of watermelon lemonade by Bath & Body Works? Let's use it to make some unique little fruity bath bombs. You can use just about any bath bomb mold that you prefer, but to make my bath bombs look like little watermelon slices, I recommend a disc-shaped mold like this one. I got this from Kata Molds. Set your mold aside for now, and we're gonna mix up our dry ingredients. I've used this recipe in the past, so you might recognize it. Drain and whisk the baking soda and citric acid together. Add in some arrowroot powder, cream of tartar, and titanium dioxide to act as binders for the bath bombs, and finish up the dry ingredients with sodium lauryl sulfacetate to bring some extra bubbles. Making sure there are no clumps, finish whisking all of this together and then roughly split the mixture in half. Now you're ready to mix up your wet ingredients. Start with that juicy watermelon lemonade fragrance oil. It straight up smells like summer. Follow it up with some polysorbate 80 to prevent the bomb from leaving an oily color ring in the tub. Next is fractionated coconut oil for a touch of moisture. And finally, some cocamidopropylbutane for even more bubbles. I recently started using a mini milk frother to mix my wet ingredients together, and it gets them nicely blended. But if you don't have one, any other stirring utensil works fine. With those thoroughly blended, roughly divide the mixture in half. We're going for a multicolor watermelon look for these bath bombs, so add 1/4 teaspoon of bright red mica powder to one of the halves of wet ingredients. I picked out a Nurture Soap mica powder called Firecracker. For the green, we'll need a bath-safe option, and since most green mica powders don't fall into that category, use a batch-certified FD&C dye. This one is from the bathbombpress.com in the color Apple Green. This stuff is way more concentrated than mica powder, so you only need to use a tiny scoop of it. Use that mini mixer again to get the colors blended in evenly. And now we're all set to make the little watermelons. Drizzle each color into your split dry mixture. Mix it together until they're both a uniform color and texture. As usual, it should clump up nicely in your hands and hold its shape when dropped back into the bowl. If it doesn't, spritz in a couple times with a 50-50 mixture of isopropyl alcohol and water. Just a couple sprays should do. Too much and you risk prematurely activating the mixture. I've got my disc mold here, and I also grabbed a little jar of dye. To make the bath bombs look like a round slice of watermelon, you'll need to line the sides of the mold with a green mixture and fill the middle with the pink. Here's a little trick for that. This jar of dye fits nicely into the mold cavity with some space on the sides. We're gonna pop it right here in the middle and then fill the empty space with the green bath bomb mixture. Pile it high and gently pack it in there with your finger. Keep whatever you're using to create a pocket in the middle centered. With all of the green packed in there, gently wiggle the jar out of the middle and look at that! A little space to add the pink. Use a spoon to scoop the pink mixture into the cavity until you've filled up the mold. Then press the bath bomb like you normally would, tapping the top of the mold with the back of a measuring cup to really pack it all in there. Free the bath bomb from the mold and gently set it out to dry. Look at that! My technique paid off. It's like a teeny slice of watermelon. I'm gonna get some more bath bombs molded using the rest of the mixture, and I'll check back when I'm done. So, here's some of my slices. I've got a couple more details I want to add to really sell that watermelon look, but I'm gonna let these dry first. We're down here in Georgia where it gets pretty hot and muggy. I like to give them at least 3 to 4 days in a dehumidified room to really firm up, but it might not take as long depending on where you live. Now for the fun part. I'm gonna show you how we went from this to this. We're gonna mix up a little bit of activated charcoal with an equal amount of isopropyl alcohol or witch hazel. With a little craft paintbrush, add some watermelon seeds inside the pink middle circle. You can keep it simple by just dotting it on, but I like to take it slow and actually turn them into seed shape. For the final touch, mix up some titanium dioxide and isopropyl alcohol and paint a thin white line between the pink and the green. If the fragrance doesn't immediately tell you that this is a watermelon, the little details definitely will. Make sure to let the paint dry down for at least a day before handling these and packaging them up. And there you have it. Pretty simple compared to how detailed they look, right? Positively adorable and wonderfully fragrant. These are a fun way to get your line ready for the summer. Want to know how they look in the bath? Well, like, comment, and subscribe to let me know and I'll test one out for you. And that's all I have for you today. Become a member of the Fragrance Fam and never miss an AFI update by ringing that bell. Still can't get enough fragrance? Head on over to fragranceuniversity.com for everything you could want to know about fragrance and how it's used. I'm Caitlin, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.